Are we live? What's going on, everybody? And welcome to another episode of the Savory Show. This your boy and co-host Avery Floyd.
It's your boy and co-host Sterling Littlejohn.
Yes, sir. We got a special NBA edition of the Savory Show this evening with y'all. And as you can see, we got a special guest with us in the house tonight. So, Sterling, I'm gonna let you do the honors, man, in introducing our special guest for the evening.
Yeah, man. This is my brother right here, man. Went to high school together, been knowing him 11 years now, which is crazy. We pushing close to 20. But nah, man, this is my boy right here. This is my brother, love him to death. My boy Jru Wilkerson, man. So, welcome you to the show, man. Glad you were here to give us insight about the NBA. I know we talk all about basketball all the time, you and I, and I know your knowledge about the sport. So we're happy to have you on, man. So, just, tell our audience just a little bit about yourself before we get started.
Yeah, like he said, we went to school together. We worked together. We done did a lot of stuff together, man. I'm in the process of about to become a Toyota employee. Good place in life, right? I ain't got too much, I like to talk about myself. I'm just happy to be on the show. Thank y'all for having me, man.
No, thank you, man.
Absolutely. Thanks for joining us, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right, yeah. So we got a lot to get into tonight, y'all. And as y'all can tell, we got some first round matchups that have concluded. We're gonna get to that in a minute. But we're gonna get started with some of the hot topics right now. And Sterling, I know this is one that you really want to get into. So we really gonna get into the Boston Celtics, man. And what in the world? What the hell are the Celtics doing? What are they doing? Y'all know the Boston Celtics just took an L to the Brooklyn Nets in 5. We probably thought they was gonna get swept. They got one game, so shout out to them for getting one game. A lot of craziness has been going on in Boston ever since they lost, right? So Sterling, I know you've been on top of this, bro. So I'm gonna kick it to you to just break it down. What is going on with the Celtics, bro?
Yeah. So before we even get into the what just happened yesterday with Danny Ainge and Brad Stevens, there's been a lot of issues as far as, a lot of players, former Celtic players, meaning Kevin Garnett and Big Baby Glenn Davis, coming at Kyrie Irving about him stepping on the court. And Jru knows this. We had a conversation a couple of days ago. And we were like, we both love KG, by the way. But it's like he's the last person to make a comment about somebody disrespecting another team, because everybody knows KG has said some disrespectful things to opponents. So to me, you can't really compare Kyrie stepping on the court to provoking a fan for throwing a water bottle at him. A lot of people were like, Kyrie kind of, started it, but at the end of the day, like we always say, Avery, this is the Savory Show. We don't shy away from anything. We feel it was, very, racial. That's how we feel. That's how a lot of people actually feel who actually discussed it. So, Kyrie kind of, before that incident took place, kind of just said, Boston was a racist community. So a lot of people kind of try to say, he shouldn't have made those comments, things like that. But at the end of the day, what the fan did was uncalled for. And, just not in Boston, but just throughout the course of the league. Like we've seen like a lot of, incidents with Ja Morant, and also, Trae Young as well. You've seen what he did last night in response to the fans. He spit on the court last night as well. So
loved it.
But back to what happened yesterday. It's just crazy, man, because it's like, I know Stephen A talked about this, and it's like for Brad Stevens, I know he's went to a lot of Eastern Conference finals, but for him to get a executive position that quickly is very insulting, in my opinion, because as we all know, if this was a black head coach who was possibly on the ropes of possibly getting fired, he would not get an executive job. We all know that. He wouldn't even be considered. So that's an issue in itself that needs to be resolved. And I agree with Stephen A. A lot of players need to come out and speak up about this particular issue, because there's a lot of black coaches out there who are not hired. And one person I believe who should be hired probably by the Boston Celtics is Sam Cassell. Either Sam Cassell, Jason Kidd. Obviously, Mark Jackson's name is out there, but we all know Mark Jackson probably never get a coaching job again. But is hopefully Sam Cassell can get the job. A lot of people are picking him to be the front runner right now. But it's just an interesting time right now. And it's like, I just don't understand what Boston is doing. I don't think Brad Stevens is going to be a great executive, in my opinion, because he was a decent coach, but not a great coach. So we will see. Boston has a lot to do. I think they're going to trade Marcus Smart, personally, and make a couple moves, but I don't think this is going to help move the franchise forward. What do you guys think?
Yeah. I'll take it real quick, Drew, and I'll kick it to you after that. But I agree with you, bro. I mean, like you could tell that Brad Stevens and the players, they just weren't getting along with each other. They weren't vibing with each other. Obviously, when Jaylen Brown went down for the year with his injury, that was a big hurt to the team. And we obviously knew listen, they could have played as great basketball as they could. They were not going to get past Brooklyn. We know that for a fact. But at the end of the day, like throughout the regular season, we were thinking that Boston would probably be maybe a top 3, top 4 seed in the East, right? And for whatever reason, they were kind of around 4, 5, 6, and obviously they ended up playing in the playing game. Now, yes, they won. Yes, they got the 7th seed, but their expectations coming into the season were supposed to be a lot better than just making it as a 7th seed. So it baffles me because when any type of coach, it's like he got promoted, right? But it's like you weren't that good of a coach. So how are we going to say now, okay, the players didn't mess with you. However, we're going to elevate your status in our organization, but we'll get a new coach to deal with the players, but we still want you involved in the player personnel decisions, right? It's just not, it doesn't sit well with me, just like you, bro, Sterling, and Stephen A mentioned, and a lot of other people mentioned as well. So I don't know how the players, like the Jason Tatums, the Jaylen Browns, how are they going to take to it now, right? And that's why, bro, when I told you, I said, look, I can't stand Boston sports, Patriots, Red Sox, Celtics. I can't stand none of them or the fans. But at this point, for Jason Tatum, bro, I hope and I pray when it's time that he leaves Boston and goes to another franchise, whether that's your Lakers, whether that's my Heat, wherever he's going to go. But he's got to leave Boston, all right? It's the worst sports town in the history of sports. That's right. All you Boston, Red Sox, Bruins, Celtics fans, I can't stand y'all, okay? And y'all know I'm originally from New York, so I never, ever will get down with Boston for anything, especially them damn New England Patriots. But that's another story for another day. But I just want to say that, bro, I agree with you. I think it's messed up. I don't know how the players are going to take to it. I know people, I see memes all over clowning the Celtics, Danny Ainge, Brad Stevens. So that, I mean, Drew, I'm interested to hear what you got to say about it too, bro.
I mean, y'all both nailed it. To augment off of what Sterling said, like this is people thought Kyrie was tripping. This is why he was saging the arena before he went in there without fans. I think he just didn't expose what was going on, and now it's out there. Some people have been known, but now it's clearly out there. Like he said, KG is the last person to be speaking on anybody doing anything disrespectful. Back to what Lawrence said. Lawrence, you nailed it. Not Lauren, Avery, my fault. Avery, you
good, bro.
it.
You good.
What I wanted to say is, correct me if I'm wrong. Kemba averaged 19, Jaylen Brown averaged 24, and Tatum averaged 26. And they're, like you said, they're fighting for a 7th seed. Like that's not. I know Jaylen went down, but that's ridiculous, man. And you said exactly what I was gonna say. It seems like Brad got a promotion off of that. And it don't make sense. It wouldn't have happened to anybody else that's not of that color. It's sad. It's disgusting, honestly. And on top of it, it's just like I think Brad Stevens is now going to try to make the moves he was scared to make as a coach, trying to do it behind that next position. And that's mainly it. It's a sad situation. I don't know how they're pulling this off. And Boston is showing their true colors. This is that Celtic pride that they all talk about all the time.
Hey, real quick too, Sterling, I'm gonna let you add to that, but I wanted to throw in there too. I like how you brought that up, Drew, about now he can make the moves he might have been scared to do because he's safe now, he's secure. Exactly. So he can do whatever he want to do at this point and be like, oh, I'm safe, I'm good. I could, wheel and deal some people that he might not have messed with some of the players on the team. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna get over on you, screw you, I'm gonna trade you to whoever. We don't know what's gonna happen, but bro, Sterling, I'm gonna let you take it from there.
Yeah, and another thing is too, as far as the Celtics organization, we got to look at Danny Ainge too. I think he's gotten a pass for a long time. I mean, the man hasn't won a championship in 13 years. And he's gotten a pass to me, in my opinion. And I just feel like think about yep. And like to think about like all the moves he didn't make. Like think about all those times they were going to trade for Jimmy Butler. Or they were going to trade for Paul George. Oh, they're going to trade for James Harden. You know, like he never pulled a trigger on any move. And that to me, that's his history right there. Because in my opinion, I don't give him credit for that first championship. The same way I don't give Doc Rivers credit. I give Kevin Garnett credit. That's who I give credit to for that championship. So I don't look at Danny Ainge. I think he's a good executive, but I don't think he's a great executive.
Right.
And also I have another issue with him with the remarks that I heard came out a couple days ago that he went to the Boston Celtic locker room and tried to get the players to confront Kyrie after the matter of fact, from what I read, he actually called Kyrie a bastard. So my whole thing is this, like, and apparently he got insulted when none of the players wanted to go over there and confront Kyrie. I'm like, well, did you forget? Like, these players don't have issues with Kyrie. They were actually cool with Kyrie, contrary to what the media says.
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie been cool. So, and another thing is too, like, I mean, pretty much right now they're getting what they deserve, pretty much, and pretty much what they said was Danny Ainge felt it was time for him to retire because he can't connect with today's players. Well, maybe it's because you made a comment years ago saying, "Oh, I've never seen racism in Boston." Are you serious? Like, are you kidding? Like what?
Right. You just blind to it. That's all.
Like,
put the blinders on. You can't see it.
Boy.
Like no wonder Anthony Davis' dad came out and said, "No, I don't want my son to go there."
Yeah,
it's because of stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Boston will never be a free agent player. They haven't been now, and they will not be in the future, regardless of having talent like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. It won't happen.
Mm-hmm. Can I ask a quick question?
Yeah, what's up, Will?
Yeah. Just hey, I'll start with you. Just what do y'all see happening with the franchise in the next couple of years with the changes?
What do I see? Well, I mean, again, I'm biased because I already don't like the Celtics already.
Right.
But honestly, I don't. To me, it just starts with who are they going to get as the head coach? Because if they can get a brother who could connect with the players, they might be able to save themselves a little bit. However, if Brad Stevens and you know the management there end up getting another coach similar to Brad Stevens, we're not going to see any improvement.
Right.
You're going to continue to see that disconnect from the front office and from the players. So if that happens and they get another Brad Stevens like coach, it's all going to collapse, man. Like Jason Tatum, I believe, and Jaylen Brown, they won't be there for long. They won't be there for long.
I agree.
But if they get somebody, I know Sterling said Sam Cassell, maybe a J Kidd, maybe they could somehow work with that. But if they don't, all right, let's keep it real. If they get a white coach, straight up, I don't think it's gonna work. I'm just being honest with y'all. If they get a Brad Stevens replica, it's not gonna work. I just don't think it's gonna work, man. That's how I feel about it.
What you think, Will?
He Avery got it. I agree completely. You get a white guy in there, cancel Christmas. Not happening.
Hey, you'll make the fans happy though. The fans, you know,
cancel Christmas.
Gordon Hayward again. You know,
too much going on.
Back together.
And as you've seen, Jaylen Brown he's big into his heritage and his blackness. He was out there during the protests and all that. So you need somebody that's going to support that and the organization in general through these times. So I agree with everything you just said. Well,
no, yeah, I agree. I think they're gonna have to get somebody in there that can identify with the players.
Get KG in there.
Okay, yeah. They matter of fact, man. They asked KG what he coached. He said, "I'll get fired in a week." He said, "I'll get hired in a week."
Sweating and yelling, bro.
Sweating in the suit, bro. Now KG coming out there in sweats, bro.
Yeah. He might step on the clip, bro. If they down by 20.
Oh man. But yeah, man, the Celtics, man, they're crazy, man. I don't know what they're gonna end up doing, fellas, but we just got to wait and see. You know how I feel about it. But shout out to Jason Tatum. He did his thing.
He did all he could.
Listen, he balled out. We know he's a a future. We might even say he's a superstar right now, but I'm gonna say he's an up and coming superstar. He's a star in my eyes right now, but that next level, I think he's right there. He's real close to that. But with that being said, fellas, man, let's transition to some updates for the first round. So the first round is not completely finished, but we do have some series that are done. So Sterling, bro, I'm gonna let you start it off, bro. Where you want to start with? What series?
What you mean? What series I want to start with? You know where I want to go. Where I want to go.
Well, should I get out the Miami?
Bring the jersey out. Bring the away jersey out. Where is it at? Where's the away jersey?
I can't pull it out now.
Where Flash at, dog?
I can't. I got the jersey.
He didn't show up. He didn't show up.
This ain't 06. It wasn't no comeback this season. It wasn't no comeback. Matter of fact, let's talk to you. What happened to your Miami Heat? They got swept.
They got the brakes beat off of them, bro.
Okay.
Embarrassing.
Come on with it. What happened?
I gotta face it. I gotta face the music. Game 1. Okay. Game 1 is very competitive. Long story short, Chris Middleton, he balled out. He was that number 2 option to Giannis. He hit the game-winning shot in game 1, and the rest was history. Like, that was it. I mean, games 2. I didn't even watch game 3 and 4, Sterling. I know I told you this. I didn't watch games 3 and 4. Once it was down 2-0, bro, I was just like mailed in, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but it's very disappointing. I mean, from last year in the bubble to make it to the finals against the Lakers, when I didn't think we had a shot to make it to the finals, we beat the Bucks last year in the bubble in 5 games. Did not see that coming. Took down the Celtics. I think it was in 6, I believe. 6 or 7. I think it was 6. And I had no idea we were going to do that. I didn't think we were capable of it. And then we saw the Lakers, obviously the better team, better matchups, position by position. And they got the better of us, which I thought was going to happen. We got a couple games, but okay, we overachieved last year. Going into this season, I know it was a shortened rest from the end of the bubble to the regular season. I still thought we would be like a top 4 seed. We obviously ended up getting a 6 seed. I was confident as hell, as y'all know, right? Against the Bucks. I'm like, yeah, we got them last year. It's going to be a wrap. Like, it's easy money.
Wait, about to go off.
And they killed us, bro. Like, they killed us.
Wait,
and now I love Jimmy Butler, man, and shout out to him. But I know he about to ask for the max. I think Sterling, what was it, like a $181 million contract?
Jimmy?
I mean, yeah, Jimmy.
After that,
yes,
yeah. Jimmy's on crack. He tripping. That's a wrap.
Exactly. Well,
I'm like, listen,
exactly.
We gotta make some more moves, man. I mean, hey, Kawhi might be a free agent. I don't know. Kawhi might leave the Clippers after they get bounced out of the first round this year. I don't know. But we gotta make another move, man. And one thing I gotta say, I love Pat Riley. Trust me, I do.
Yeah.
He's talking like Tyler Hero is immovable. I don't understand why. Like, he's the foundation. We got Bam Adebayo. I'd rather keep him than Tyler Hero. I thought he was gonna ascend. And Sterling, you talk about this a lot. You thought that Tyler Hero was gonna do a lot better this year.
We all did.
He stayed on the bench, bro. He never started. Came off the bench. He has his little spurts. He has his moments, but he didn't really do nothing. So if he's in the trade talks now, remember, I think it was for Harden, right? When Harden was still at Houston, and Tyler Hero was part of a package that would have sent, Hero to Houston and Harden to the Heat. And I believe Miami didn't want to make the trade with Tyler Hero being the piece that was moved. And we fast forward to right now, and I'm like, well, damn, we couldn't make that trade. I'm like, because of him? Oh, man.
Bench player.
He got to go, man. He got to go. Gotta go.
What you think, Will? What you think about Avery's Miami Heat?
They sucked. They sucked.
Hey, you gotta call a spade, bro.
There's not much to talk about. They were a letdown. Avery, you my boy, but pulling out the jersey, I'm like, come on, man, come on.
I was overconfident, bro. I I pushed all my chips to the middle of the table,
Listen,
man. I lost everything.
I didn't see 1 Euro step from Wade the whole series, man. You know, I don't know if Gabrielle had him out. I don't know what happened. Jimmy Butler was a disappointment. Jimmy Butler and Julius Randle need to go sit down together and talk about what they've been doing. Something I see on social media is crazy. I was every year they show a video of Jimmy Butler working out and they act like he's about to do something miraculous the next year. I'm sick of you know what I'm talking about, Avery. It's always a video.
They showed it right before the playoffs started. Right before the playoffs started.
Every year, like Jimmy about to just go off and it's after this. Like you said, last year, he impressed me. I was Jimmy getting all the way there, but this is not the guy that some people try to say is a superstar. This is not a superstar, man. B+ player, in the words of Hunter.
B+ player. Dave Bryant.
Yeah, he's Jimmy ain't got it. Well, go ahead, man.
All right. So Avery, here's the problem. Your leading scorer for the playoff series was Gordon Dragic with 16 points.
My goodness.
16. Nobody on the team averaged 20 in the postseason. That is embarrassing. Embarrassing. Bam was second with 15 and Jimmy Butler with 14. Y'all got to make another decision too. Are y'all going to sign Kendrick Nunn back? Are y'all going to let y'all got to make a decision on him and Duncan Robinson? But see, look, we said, well,
no, is the problem that it was 16 is the problem that it was Goran Dragic? Like, what's going on?
Seriously. Yeah, why is Gordon Dragic your leading scorer? You got a point, Will.
Sad.
Matter
of fact, and Dragic be coming off the bench too. Like, that's the thing. Like, damn, bro. Listen, man. We got a lot of really good role players. That's what the Heat have. A lot of really good role players. A potential star in Bam. He's not there. A potential star. I mean, we could say Jimmy's a star. He's not a superstar, but I mean, it comes and goes, bro. I'm like, it's disappointing watching them because they got a lot of talent as far as role players, not superstars, but people, you know what I'm saying? If they all come together, you know, Duncan Robinson, some nights he might hit for 25 a game. Then the next time he's missing like 6 or 7 threes. So there's not that consistency, bro.
All of them.
And we got tore up. Like, I can't say nothing for real. Like, I can't.
I think Jimmy. Go ahead, Will. My fault.
No, you got just comment saying embarrassed.
Yeah, it was straight embarrassing. The thing is, like Jimmy Butler, man, he's not athletic. He ain't got nothing supreme. He's a hard worker, and he's got the heart of a lion. So seeing him go out like that is just sad, bro. It's degrading, and he needs to. Yeah, he might need to stay out the gym. Less pitchers, more playoff action.
I hear you. I feel you on that. Damn. But let's get off the Heat, man. We got
where the Wade jersey? I hope he threw it in the trash.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna disrespect my boy like that, but I gotta keep it in the closet.
Hey, you should have set him on the scores table. This is my house. Yeah,
Miami, this is for you.
Oh man. Hey, bro, I gotta own it, man. I gotta eat it, man. Listen. Hey, but we got more positive stuff to talk about, man.
Yes, we do. Yes,
Jru, you on the show with us. You a fan of the Atlanta Hawks. They just tore apart the New York Knicks. New York Knicks talking all that smack. The fans talking smack. The mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, had a public service announcement talking about Trae Young after game 1 when he got the game-winning shot. And he hit him after the game-winning shot. And he talking about, Trae, you know, you trying to get fouls called, this and that. Bro, you don't need no public servant acting like, I'm staying up from New York. We in the playoffs now, Trae Young. Bro, you should. Once he did that, when my boy who lives here in the A, once he did that, he's like, Hawks in 5. He's like, it's a wrap. It's over. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, you know, maybe 6, whatever. The Knicks will get a game after that. Nope. They tore him up. Tore him up completely. And it's funny because you saw the Knicks, you know, Julius Randle, you know, Noel, they try to, you know, shove Trae, take the ball, swipe the ball from him. Yeah. You know, little things, throw the ball at him and stuff like that. Trae's just like, what? Like, I'm going to cook y'all, man. Bro, I forget what he averaged. You probably know, Jru. It was probably, what was it, 32 a game, I think, in the series?
Oh, yes.
Something like that. Yeah, he killed him. But, yeah, since this is your squad, so this is your moment, bro. I'm going to let you take it, man.
I just got 2 words, man. Ice Trae. Ice Trae. Ice Trae. That boy cooked them boys, man. I loved it. Sterling knows I'm a humongous Atlanta Hawks fan. I'm realistic though. You know, we ain't won nothing in since the 60s, I want to say. So I'm never going to pull out the Joe Johnson jersey, you know, and you know, but nah, it's a time to celebrate for me because it's going to end at some point. So right now we just riding the wave, man. I'm impressed though because I'm gonna be honest. Like I said, I'm a realistic fan, and I texted Sterling as I said it's going to be the best series, and I had Knicks in 7 because I thought, like we talked about earlier, I thought Julius was going to show out. It's almost like honestly, he's more of a disappointment than how good Trey was. I know what Trey was going to do. I didn't expect Clint Capella and John Collins and all them boys to show up the way they did. Julius needs to go find himself, man. Like I said, him and Jimmy can go to Italy and do something, man. I don't know what happened. This guy was balling all year. I'm texting Sterling. We both talking about him. You know, this is an athletic Zach Randolph. We loving it. Playoff set. He was just like Wade in the Heat, series. Invisible.
Bro, he got his power zapped from him. I don't know what happened to Julius, bro. I really don't.
He was playing like your boy Josh Smith, Jru. He was playing like Josh Smith. That's what happened. That's what happened. y'all corrupted that man with some Josh Smith serum, and that's what happened. That's why the Blame it on Josh Smith.
Josh Smith. Oh Lord.
Thanks, move, baby. Hey, Jason.
No, but you said what? Will?
Nah, go ahead.
No, but in all seriousness, though, Trae Young really showed me a lot. Like I love the fact that it was the confidence he was playing with.
Yes.
Like he was telling the crowd, like, look, like your team can't stop me. I'm gonna let you guys. I'm here. Like this is my debut postseason. I'm about to show out. He made Spike Lee leave the arena. When have we ever seen Spike Lee leave Madison Square Garden?
Reggie ain't done that.
Yeah, Reggie ain't do that. like he made Spike Lee leave. Like Trae Young, like I'm telling you, man. Like I know everybody talking about Luka, but people need to talk about Trae Young, though, man. Like this man is something serious. Yeah. Like, and I think you and I talked about it, Jru, one time about like the comparison with him and Steph. Obviously, we know Steph is way better. We get that, but we talked about the fact that he has more of a better overall game than Steph really does. Especially like he can. Yeah, especially at this time, like he can go deep, he can get you mid-range, like he can do it all. He got a more offensive package than Steph did at this stage, like early on in his career. So like Trae, like he's something serious. But like Julius Randle, I was very disappointed in him. I thought he would have been a lot better. Derrick Rose played a very good series. I think he averaged around about 20 plus a game. He did a very good job. But they didn't get help from the rest of the players, Taj Gibson. And I think I brought this up on the show like previously, Avery. Like I mentioned how the size possibly could be a factor in this series. Clint Capella and John Collins, showed out on the boards. I mean, Clint Capella was getting rebounds like crazy. Taj Gibson and Julius Randle had no answer for him down low. So, and personally to me, like I'll be honest, like I know we're not going to talk about other rounds right now, but they play against the Sixers next round. If Joel Embiid is not healthy or can't really go, the Hawks could possibly beat them and be in the Eastern Conference Finals. I wouldn't be surprised.
I agree. And even a healthy Embiid, he's going to do his thing. But like you just said, you got John, you got Clint down there. These ain't no. I don't even know who Washington Wizards center is. These are two good.
Anyone though.
Yeah, I could go hot. I don't know who it is. And then you got Bruno Fernando off the bench. Not that he's good, but he's 7 feet tall. You got these big bodies that can like just enough to drain Joel down, man. Mm-hmm. It ain't gonna be as easy as they think.
Now they showed out. Real quick to another thing that I seen a few days ago, the improvement of Trae Young. And when he first came in the league, right, he's taking those logo threes, them 30 footers. The thing that made him better this year, he actually stopped shooting as many threes. That's the thing. Mm-hmm. He's going to the hole a lot more. He's getting fouled. He's knocking down the free throws. I think in the regular season, not the playoffs, but the regular season, I think he averaged almost like more like 3 or 4 threes a game, which a lot better. The year before, it was 10 threes a game. So instead of just chucking threes from everywhere, He's getting smarter about his game. He's picking his shots, when to hit the threes, when to dish it, when to go to the hole. So his game is improving, like y'all said. His complete package better than Steph was at this point. I think Trey, is this year 4 or 3 or 4 for Trey?
3.
I think it's 3. Yeah.
Yes, 3. Yeah.
So when it's only going to go up from here. Now, luckily he don't got to play a lick of defense because as long as you drop 30, if you drop in 30 a game, you good. You got you said Capella, Collins, and the rest of the crew to play down low, play defense. So I'm excited to see what they do in the next round. I know we'll talk about it a little bit on the next show, but I think that's very exciting. Let me see who else got what other series?
Brooklyn and Boston.
Yeah. So I'm curious, fellas, what y'all feel? How do y'all feel about not Boston, Brooklyn heading into the next round after what they did in their series?
Yeah, who are they playing?
Milwaukee.
It barely matters.
It don't matter.
This is the most offensive engineer team I've seen. I've ever seen, let alone I think anybody's ever seen. And to me, this is not even them at their best. Like what they just did with Boston wasn't even them at their best. Now the Bucks are going to fight a little harder. I agree with that, but they're Brooklyn, man. It ain't much for me to say about it.
Yeah, I think Brooklyn's going to. Obviously, to me, like I said, we're not going to talk too much about like the next series as much, but Brooklyn's going to take out Milwaukee. I think possibly in 6. I'll give it to about 6. I think Jru Holiday could be a factor, but he's not going to be able to guard multiple positions. It's like he's going to be taxed trying to guard James and Kyrie out there. Like he's going to get tired because that's just too much. And Chris Middleton's going to have to step up way more on the defensive end. And I don't think he's going to be able to against a Kyrie and James Harden. I think people are forgetting that. Like I know a lot of people are mentioning like, Milwaukee beat them, 2-1 in the season. That's all cool. But James, they didn't play against all 3 of them together. So it's like once that happens, it's going to be a different ball game. So we'll see. I know somebody said, what is KD going to do against Giannis? My question is, what is Giannis going to do against Kevin Durant? This is Kevin Durant we talking about.
Who asked that question?
Yeah, you said what?
Who had the nerve to ask that question?
Like just fans and some media members. Like this is Kevin Durant. Like he said, like I'm Kevin Durant. Like this man is going to give Giannis problems. Like Giannis ain't never guarded a guy like this in the postseason. No. And it's about to be on. Like I want Brooklyn to smack him. To be honest with you,
I feel you on that. Hey, listen, Giannis is going to get his right. We saw Tatum; he got his, but at the end of the day, it's not going to be enough. Like you said, Kyrie, Harden, Durant, they literally just pick and choose. All right, Harden, I want you to get 30. Right. Oh, Kyrie, I want you to get 30. Okay, you can get 35 tonight. Like they just pick and choose how they want to go at teams, man. And oh, by the way, we got Joe Harris in the corner. Oh, by the way, we got like a reinvented Blake Griffin. Like they've got too much. They got too much for people, man. And like you said, Milwaukee will get a game or 2 if they're lucky, but that's about it.
I agree. Like Sterling brought up, and I want to give him his credit because he's a great defensive point guard. Jru Holiday is amazing, but he has a lot more offense in that series against Boston, which I don't think we're going to see because he's going to be too busy guarding, like he said, Kyrie and James. And I think Jru Holiday is honestly the reason they're doing so well. And when that's neutralized, because he's going to be so drained, it can go to 5 if Brooklyn wants it to. 6 to me is the most. I don't see them letting this get to 7.
For sure.
How many
real quick, y'all too. I think for me 6. Sterling, what did you think? How many?
I say 6.
6. Real quick, fellas, and y'all might have seen this on First Take a few days ago. Curious to hear your answer. They had brought up, I think it was Max Kellerman of all people, but talking about is Giannis, Chris Middleton, and Jru Holiday, does that count as a big 3?
No, hell no.
Max.
No, it's not. I'm with y'all there. Because, some people, I don't want to get too off topic, but when we talk about LeBron, Kyrie, and Kevin Love, remember, some people didn't really think that was a super team big 3, right? And I'm like,
I feel like
when they lost to Golden State, oh, LeBron didn't have enough help. I'm like, you had Kyrie and Kevin Love. Now, yes, we know 2015 they got hurt. We understand that. Obviously in 2016 it came back from 3-1, but honestly, you could argue that LeBron had a better team. This is before Kevin Durant went to Golden State. Some people don't want to, because it was 3-1. People are like, oh my God, he came back from 3-1. He was the first team in the history of the NBA to come back in the finals from 3-1. I get it, but at the same time, it's like on paper, y'all was probably better with a healthy Kyrie and a healthy Kevin Love in the finals.
They were.
Yeah, we kind of escaped that part though. The media's like, nah,
they
narrative
because you just nailed it. And the thing is, people got to remember who Kevin Love was before he came to Cleveland. This was a monster in Minnesota. There was a reason LeBron wanted him there. This wasn't no scrub of a power forward. He was, to me, the best power forward at that time. It didn't pan out. So the idea was to be a super team. It just didn't pan out,
It's like Miami. Yep.
Right.
But it's funny. And then, obviously KD goes to Golden State and the rest is history. They lose the next two finals. We get it. Because everyone wants to always say, well, LeBron only loses the super teams. And I'm like, that's not true. But I digress, y'all. I'm going to get into one more series that had finished yesterday. The surprising number one seed, the Utah Jazz, beat down the Memphis Grizzlies yesterday. So, fellas, we saw Ja Morant. He did his thing. But Utah, they seem to be, Donovan Mitchell came back. They seem to be all cylinders go, man. They seem pretty good right now. So I'm curious, how do y'all feel about this Utah Jazz team moving forward?
You can go. Well, I know you, boy, Ja Morant. So
I love Ja Morant. I don't know where his counterpart rookie is. Starling, you know where he's at?
Oh, you got jokes now. You want to talk about Mount Zion? That's where you want to go there.
Okay.
You want to go there? Talk about Mount Zion? Is that what we about to do?
I'm about to ask him about playoff experience, but he ain't got none. My fault.
Okay.
Okay.
Your boy on the shelf just like him right now.
You said who?
Your boy on the shelf just like him now.
It took him a little longer.
They both at home watching now.
It took him a little longer to get to the shelf. Well, Zion been there.
1, 2, 3 Cancun. They all going together, bro.
You've been killing. But
I gotta get in here for a second though, bro.
Yes,
listen, bro, we had the playing tournament and the Pelicans couldn't even beat the 10 seed, bro.
Thank you. What a
that's not a good look. I'm just saying that's not a good look for Zion.
No, it's not. I'm just talking.
Couldn't even be the 10 seed, bro. Like, damn. Like,
they suck.
They do. You're right.
And their leader that you keep talking about, it needs to show me something. Like I keep saying.
Hey, I love Zion, but he ain't a leader yet. He gotta work on that.
Walk around and be 280 all you want, Terry Crews. I gotta see something, man. But let me get back on topic. I'm gonna make this quick because me and Starling both are fans of Ja Morant, and I'm sure you are. Ja Morant is special. This kid, so I was talking to Starling, and he got me because I said he had a layup package like Kyrie, and he said no, it's more like Russell and Rose, and I couldn't agree more. The way he finishes, it's incredible. He's hungry. He's. I want to say he's a young Russ, but he's a little bit more finesse than Russ, man. He did all he could do. Utah is Utah. I'll tell you what, man. I every year I get about this close to being a fan of Donovan Mitchell, but he just something happens. Whether he don't show up, Donovan Mitchell can play, and I feel like a lot of people feel this way, but it's just like something happens where I just can't put my full fanship in him. And I got to see something first, man.
I'm with you on that. I know. If I'm not mistaken, did Shaq call Mitchell D Wade 2.0 or the closest thing to D Wade?
Yeah, he said something like that.
He did, but he also challenged him too. Now
I like that he did do that earlier in the season. I remember they had him on live right after that game. What did Shaq say? Damn, I'm trying to remember exactly what he said.
He pretty much said like you don't step up to the plate all the time, and Donovan just said, "All right, like you'll see."
Yeah. So we will see. I mean, right. So Utah's gonna play the winner of the Clippers and the Mavericks series. So that series is all over. We can get into that real quick too. That series is all over the place.
Talk about what? Talk about what? How much the Clippers choke? Okay, hold on, just real quick.
Bro, every road team has won every game. I don't understand it.
Forget all of that. My issue, I'm gonna bring this up because Max Kellerman brought this up 2 years ago when he tried to say Kawhi was better under pressure than Kobe Bean Bryant, the late great Kobe Bean Bryant. Did anybody see the air ball this man shot last night? He rushed the three for one. And for two, Rajon Rondo got all over him about it. Like, what are you doing?
You should have.
My thing is this. Here's why Kawhi is not a better pressure player than Kobe Bryant. Why was Nicholas Batum the guy to take that last second shot with I think it was 8 to 10 seconds left when he drove into the lane for a layup? Everybody knows that was Kobe Bryant. Everybody would have got out the way and went to the wing. Kawhi Leonard or Paul George should have got that ball. It's no way. It's no way Nicholas Batum should be taking that shot in that type of situation. That should have been PG or Kawhi Leonard. The fact they didn't want the ball in that moment is an issue for me because I'll tell you right now, if that was Luka Doncic, he would have had the ball in his hands.
That's true.
He would have been looking to score or to penetrate and kick it out for three to either Tim Hardaway or some other player or Kristaps Porzingis. It ain't no way he would not have had the ball. I had an issue with that. So
that's real. I think they don't have, and people have been saying this for a couple of years now. They don't have a real leader on the Clippers, right? Mm-hmm. We know Kawhi, he's quiet, he does his own thing. PG-13, we saw what happened in the bubble last year. They just don't really have that vocal leader. I mean, I know they got playoff Rondo, but he can only do so much, right? So they don't really have a true leader. So Sterling, like you said, in that moment, like the Mavericks know we're going as far as Luka takes us. That's not what they know. Win, lose, or draw, Luka is going to be because of Luka. Whether he misses a shot, matter of fact, he got to work on his free throw game. But besides that,
it's horrible.
I mean, for
40% at the free throw line. God,
it's awful, bro. It's awful. But at least they know, the Mavericks know, hey, we only going as far as Luka takes us. The Clippers, it's like, all right, maybe one night it's Kawhi, or no, next night it's PG. But like, no one's really assertive enough to say, I will not lose this game, or we're gonna win this game because of me, not because of Nicholas Batum. Or like, come on, man, like that is sad, bro. Like, I remember last year too. You know what I'm saying? You know, Sterling, I know you hyped up the Clippers last year, right? We thought the Clippers might be able to take out the Lakers. They didn't even get to face each other. And now when both LA teams might lose in the first round, bro. I don't know. I'm not confident in either one of them at the moment.
Yeah, it's bad.
It's bad, yeah.
And we got I know y'all listening or watching the show now. The Laker game's about to start. Game 6, Lakers and Phoenix and Staples. We'll close this segment on that game, y'all. And we saw Game 5. The Lakers got obliterated, ran off the court. LeBron left early to get some treatment with about almost 5 minutes left in the ball game. 2 questions. One is, do y'all believe AD is actually going to play? And if he does, be any type of effective at all? And 2, do we expect LeBron to have one of those classic elimination game, legacy series on the line games where he comes out like he did Game 6 against Boston? Do we see that happening tonight, fellas?
Yeah, you can go well.
Yeah, I don't. The league's not letting LeBron go out like that, and LeBron's not going out.
The league. That's the important part. The league's not going to let him.
Even though the odds are against, I highly, highly, highly doubt that he gets bounced out the first round. It's a narrative game in the NBA, like he was talking about earlier, about narratives in the media, and that's his saving grace. LeBron is amazing, so I don't want anybody to think he's amazing. But one of his main narratives on keeping him in the conversations is he never got bounced out the first round. He does that. That narrative is destroyed. So it's not happening. After this, I want to ask both of y'all a question, but that's all I got for that part.
Gotcha.
I agree. Yeah, well, AD's cleared to play, so he's going to end up playing. That just came down not 2 minutes ago.
I'm gonna pray for him because one wrong move. Popping that leg, man. I'm telling you, it's
over. He's in his feelings because Charles Barkley called him street clothes. So that's why he coming out there. And Shaq and Charles, they challenged him.
He was gonna say
it. So it's like he heard all this noise. Like,
I don't want to see AD diving on the floor his 8 to 10 games 8 to 10 times a game like he normally does.
Right.
Falling out on the floor, diving here, on
It's
my back, my knee, my
Yeah,
every game.
Yeah, no, but I agree with Jru though. Like you said, like the league is gonna make sure LeBron gets out of the first round. Adam Silver cannot have that.
He can't. Yeah.
In his mind. But my question to you guys is this. This is a perfect time to segue from LeBron to focusing in on something else. Because my thing is this. To me, you need to focus on Brooklyn for a short period of time and find your next guy who's going to carry the league. Because my thing is this. You cannot keep putting your chips into LeBron James, who's about to be 37 in December of this year. You can't do that. So it's like you got to start, putting your chips somewhere else. So, I mean, we'll see. But I don't think he's losing this series, though. Yep.
Now, I'm with you, bro. I was going to know, Jru, I think, Jru, you wanted to ask a question. But Sterling, real quick, I think the league is trying to find who's going to be the next guy, but I don't think that they're not sure yet. Like, they was trying to hype up Zion real big. He's not even close already. He's not even close.
What happened to Zion?
But hold on, though. In fairness to him, though, even though they pushed the chips on LeBron first 2 years, he didn't make the postseason. And they still was pushing him. I still think Zion's going to be there. I still think they're going to push Zion. I think they're going to.
He wasn't 280.
Huh?
He wasn't 280 when he came in the league. Well,
he wasn't what?
He wasn't 280 pounds when he came in the league, windmilling on people.
Stop.
LeBron went to Miami and he didn't get that big. Well, get him out of here.
Well, stop it. Stop it. I think Zion's going to be the next guy still. I still got faith in that.
I don't know. I feel like in the counter that I feel like whether it's a Jason Tatum or Luka Doncic, one of them I feel like is even better in a better position. You don't think so?
No.
I think the league will make a mistake if they hand the keys to Zion. I really do.
Over Luka and Jason?
I get the potential is there. I just don't see it.
Jason, for one, Jason ain't got the superstar appeal to be the guy. Like it's many guys ahead of him already. Luka, I don't think they gonna push Luka, but not as the face though. Not the face though.
They would if he was in a black dominated league because they trying that.
They already said he's gonna be MVP in the preseason. He's gonna be MVP.
They are trying to. He gonna be one right up under whoever's number one.
Exactly. Gotcha. Yep. That's where he's gonna be. Yep.
Okay. I'm cool with that. Jru, did you have a quick question to ask?
It seemed like we all three agree that the Lakers ain't losing, but I'm just let's this is a situational. So if Phoenix won and Lakers lost, does this affect in a positive or negative way Chris Paul's legacy and LeBron's legacy, and why? To both of y'all, what does it do for both players?
I like that question. I like that. You want to go, Avery?
I'll take it. Yeah, I'm gonna start with CP3. I think absolutely that's a positive for him because people were saying he was in the running for MVP because we know the history of the Phoenix Suns, what they've been the past few years.
Right.
All of a sudden, literally, they didn't add all these pieces. Literally, like let's insert Chris Paul. We still got Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, and some other pieces, but that's his leadership. Chris Paul wasn't dropping like 25 a game. I think he averaged like 18 or 19 a game, right? For the season. Is that in the leadership though, right? And that ascended Phoenix team, I'll be keeping real. I think they were going to make the playoffs with CP3. I didn't think they were going to be the 2 seed. We saw what CP3 did with OKC when Houston just shipped them off and said, we're going to throw you to the Thunder. You're not going to do anything. He made the playoffs with them too, surprising some people. Middle of the pack team, but this year at the 2 seed, this could definitely positively impact CP3's legacy, and he's playing with a bum shoulder, right? We know he could barely shoot. But listen, if they win, huge for him. However, LeBron losing, and this is just my opinion, I don't think it's a huge knock on his legacy for real. And whether that's right or wrong, the media, I don't believe it will knock him for real. They're going, AD was hurt. AD was hurt in the regular season. LeBron was hurt in the regular season. But if LeBron wins, though, he came back for 3-2, down 3-2. AD was like 60 or 50% LeBron, because honestly, if they're gonna win, LeBron's gonna have to drop he might have to do like a 40-point triple dub tonight. I think that's what's gonna have to happen.
Yeah,
it's gonna be 30, maybe 33, 34 points, about 11, 12 assists, 8, 9 rebounds, something like that. We're gonna see one of those performances in Staples tonight. And in game, but my thing is too, game 7, going back to the crib for Phoenix. Can y'all handle that pressure? Right? Are they going to be able to handle that if they can't get past it tonight? Because I think, as we all know, it go to game 7, we know what's going to happen.
Right. Does Chris look bad for losing?
Not for how.
No. And because he has a little injury too, that kind of helps his case. Right. Now, if he was just going at it and still not pulling through, right. But because of the injury, he has a little bit of a thing to lean on. Like, oh well, he was really hurt, so he couldn't really do much. But I don't think it'll make him look bad because of the matchup. It's about the matchup, honestly. Right. If it was any other team, I'm talking about any other team except the LeBron-led Lakers, I would say it's a bad look if they lost in the first round.
I agree. So for Chris, it helps him, like Avery said, it helps him tremendously if he wins. But like you also said, Avery, it really doesn't hurt him either just because of the injury. Obviously, with LeBron, we all know, you and I both know this. Well, we all three know this. The suckaholics of LeBron won't allow his legacy to be affected either way. They're just not. And I'll be honest, like he doesn't
start with the media too. The media heads out there is going to be right on there.
The Nick Wrights, the Colin Cowards, even my boy Uncle Shay. I'm just gonna keep it real. We all know how they are, but but to be honest though, like even if LeBron loses, it's not gonna kill him. But what needs to happen is we need to stop this GOAT talk. Like we need to stop this, and we also need to stop disrespecting other players to uplift LeBron. That's my biggest issue with all of this. You can talk about how great LeBron is, but don't diminish the other greats that have came before him or who are currently still playing like a Kevin Durant right now. Like Jim Jackson said it the other day. He was like, Kevin Durant is the best player in the game because he's unstoppable. He has no weakness offensively. So you can't sit up here and say that LeBron is hand down the best player. Because here's the thing. I'm not for sure right now he's the best player on his team. Because without AD, you see what happens. Like Stephen A said the other day, Phoenix told the Lakers to get out of the state. That's how bad they beat them down. They said get out of the state. Come on. And that was on LeBron's watch. On his watch. He came out not aggressive at all. And to me, that's why he will never be the GOAT in my opinion, because my thing is this. Michael Jordan would have been like, look, I know I ain't got my guy, but I ain't going to go down. I ain't going out like that. Kobe, same way. Other greats too. But LeBron had his, he want to have the sympathy look of, I ain't got no help. Dennis Schroeder gave me 0. Kyle Kuzma can give me 12 one game and give me 3 the next game. Montrezl Harrell, he in the doghouse. It's too many excuses, man. But
where is Montrezl?
You said, where is he?
I can't find him.
He about to get the vets minimum at the end of the season.
Where?
He's not going to play tonight either, too. He's not going to play tonight.
What's going on? What's going on?
That seems like some personal mess there.
It's got to be.
It's some personal in the locker room. Yeah.
Because I know when they were him being traded, he got a little rowdy. So it's probably gotten worse.
Yeah, I could see it. I could definitely see it. All right, y'all. So I think that was every matchup we could get into right now. So we're going to transition, y'all, before we end the show tonight. We got to get into these fans, man. The fans have gone wild in the NBA since the playoffs have started. So, fellas, man, there's been 5 occurrences in the playoffs and 3 NBA teams specifically who have banned fans from different incidents. So we've had – I'm not even going in the order that they happened, but we've had the fan that spit at Trae Young at the Garden in New York City. We had just recently in DC, the fan that ran out in the Sixers in the Washington Wizards game. Mm-hmm. We had obviously, maybe the most infamous one, the fan in the upper deck, the $15 seat threw the water bottle down at Kyrie. Just missed him. And also, what was the other one? Excuse me. It was John Morant's father at the game in Utah. They were saying racial slurs to him, and I feel like there's another one I'm missing as well. What else was it? Y'all?
He said Trae Young already.
The Trae Young when they spit. There was one more though. There's definitely one more.
Russ with the popcorn.
Russ with the popcorn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we've seen this is for the most part, he's a Northeast fan. So happened in New York, happened in Philly, happened in DC, happened in Boston. I'm from up there, man. But I mean, I don't condone that shit. That stuff. Excuse me. I don't condone it.
What's wrong with your people, man? What's wrong with your people, man?
Now I can't speak for the Boston people. All right, that's them. They threw a water. Now here's the thing too. The popcorn, that's just whack. Like, right, that's whack. The water bottle, like now here's the thing. Y'all know if you had an empty water bottle, if you throw it down like that, it's not coming down with that force. So this knucklehead literally had like probably a half drink in a full water bottle and aggressively threw that thing down there, right? If that hits Kyrie in his eye, let's just say, by chance, swells up, cuts him, whatever. We don't know what could happen. And that's why I'm glad, one, he got banned, but two, he got charged with assault. I mean, you fellas, we've been to games, NBA, NFL, whatever. We would never, even players we don't like, you would never think, I'm going to disrespect him. I'm going to throw popcorn on him.
Ever.
I'm going to throw a water bottle. I'm going to, speak about his mom. Like, I would never do nothing crazy like that, right? None of us would. And the crazy thing about these fans, we're keeping it real. All these fans who have done this, they're white. They've been white fans. Now, the NBA, obviously, is a majority black league, but still, the fans, technically speaking, are majority white fans that are going to the arena to watch the game. So it's big weird because, with COVID, they're finally starting to let these fans back. And it's been an awful showing in these NBA playoff games. So I want to, bring the question to both of y'all. For one, what do you think the league needs to do to ensure the safety of the players? And two, do you think this is going to stop or will it get worse the later we get in these playoff rounds?
You can go, Will.
I got a question on your question is, where was this energy with Ron Artest and Jermaine O'Neal?
Yes, sir. Talk about it. Talk about it.
They done got blown.
That's a great point.
Meta world peace, we've been acting all wild, man. Like, I'm about to call up Ron. I'm about to call up Ron. This is ridiculous, though.
Call up Ron and Steve and Jermaine.
Yeah, they already, man, all the smoke, man. Call them both. We need them both, man. Like, these clowns done got out of hand. And not even because I'm a Hawks fan, but the spitting was the worst because we're in a pandemic. And I wouldn't be playing basketball if I was Trae Young. I give him props for his composure. He shrugged it off. Like Bradley Beal said, these hands work. And I would have to show these fans that because I don't know, like, where we've gotten as a society, especially like you said, it is white people, but to where you're acting like they're just like they're pets. You know what I'm saying? Like they're in the cage just playing and you can just do whatever. That's what they did at gladiator fights. You throw two people in there, you spit, you throw stuff at them. These are entertainers at the end of the day, providing your entertainment. And I wish I would pay however much money they're paying to get kicked out. It's disrespectful. It's embarrassing. I hate to say it, but it's not the end of it, and I think it's going to cause something even worse. I don't think players are going to stand for, especially players like Russell Westbrook, who, as feisty as he is, he gets a lot of mistreatment from fans.
He's been a target over these years, man. I don't know why. He's been a target.
I think it's just how hard he plays. He doesn't care. He has the I don't give a F mentality. Fans don't like that. He don't care what arena he's in, and that's not a reason to throw it. There's no reason at all. We'll see where it leads to. I don't see it leading anywhere well, unless they just ban fans again. But like, it ain't. Sometimes it ain't basketball without the fans. So you in a bad situation. That's it, man. I'm gonna call Ron and Jermaine. We're gonna get them out here, man. Get this. That's the new security.
Yeah, it is. It is. Get the new security out. And like you said, it's gonna continue. Like it's nothing the NBA is really gonna do. Honestly, it's nothing they really can do.
Yeah.
But what they gonna do? Push the seats back? Like it still ain't go. Like it still don't matter. Like it's at the end of the day, these fans are gonna do what they want to do. One thing that I do disagree with is what Charles and Kenny said when they after the Kyrie incident, and they said that one person out of 16,999 acted poorly. And I disagree with that because I feel like all them fans probably in there, not all, but probably half acted poorly. I mean, you saw people in the stands at the Knicks Stadium, Madison Square Garden, say F Trae Young because of a comment he made about the Knicks. Like, honestly, like I was glad what Trae Young did last night, spitting on the court, because what that fan did was disrespectful.
Yeah.
It was disrespectful, and not disrespectful just to Trae Young. The spit flew past 50 Cent. So that's even crazy in itself. Yeah, they lucky 50 ain't get up there and start swinging on somebody for real.
Man.
They had whoever old girl was next to him was like, she knew it. 50 was just like locked into the game, but
if that was the old 50, man, it would have been on. Somebody would have got dealt with. Yeah, like, but 50. It's like I just don't get these fans, man. Like, I just don't understand why you feel the audacity to do something like that, because you feel like, oh, I bought a ticket, I can do this. Like, people upset that a man stepped on a logo. A logo that don't mean nothing.
It's a cartoon.
Nobody care about that. It's a cartoon. Like, come on, a logo for real? Y'all acting like he stepped on Marcus Smart's head or something. Yeah. Like, are we like come on, man? Like these fans are crazy. And for people to be up, like, man, like, I just don't understand it. And everybody trying to say, oh, Kyrie provoked it. Like, I feel like I've seen fans see that. I think I saw some fans say Russell Westbrook put it on himself too for getting popcorn thrown on him. Like, fans really think these players like caused this. And what bothers me the most too is that these players have to be above it too. Like, everybody's like, oh, you got to be above that. Right. Man, somebody throw something on me, man, I'm ready to go. Like, I'm not mad up for it. Like, I'm not mad about the malice at the palace. I'm not. I'm sorry. I love that energy. Yeah, for real. I love that energy because the fans got dealt with real quick.
They ain't do it again for Tehran.
You said what?
I said they didn't do it again, Tehran, after that.
Nope. Yeah, but nah, man, it's crazy out here, man. Like, these fans are ridiculous, and they're getting away with it too.
Exactly. I want to point to something else too, because we know that obviously last year, because of COVID, we get into the business of basketball, right? And they make their money off of not just the TV deals, but the people coming through the stands, man, coming through the gates to pay money to pay for a ticket. So this is the last thing the league wants, because they do not want to ban fans. Trust me, they want to pack out these arenas as much as safely possible through these CDC guidelines. So this is exactly against what they want to do. Real quick, y'all, I'm just going to read this quick statement I've seen from the NBA Players Association. Real quick, it said that the return of the NBA fans to our arenas has brought great excitement and energy to start the playoffs, but it's critical that we show all respect for players, officials, and our fans. An enhanced fan code of conduct will be vigorously enforced to ensure a safe and respectful environment for all. They also conclude the statement saying that no true fan seeks to harm players or violate their personal space. Respect our players, respect our game. So that's a little statement that the NBA Players Association put. But Sterling and Jru, as you guys said, like, I do expect fans will still be rowdy out there, especially as the stakes get higher. Another thing, too, I wanted to add real quick, and now I believe Stephen A. brought this up. This is a little interesting. In a lot of states across the country, they're legalizing sports betting, right? And it was brought up by Stephen A. that because sports betting is so much more accepted now, people are betting on, Dame to get 40 in this game, or Trae Young to get 35, or this team to win by this spread, right? And supposedly because of this enhanced betting, people going literally in the arena, checking their phones, making sure, oh, we got to make sure the Hawks only win by 6, or they can't win by 10. And people are getting their pockets involved, right? You're throwing 100 or however much money you're throwing down on a certain team to win, or on Trae Young to get this, or for LeBron to get that. And when they don't hit that number for them and they losing out on money, that's another way that, they're showing their distaste for the game. Now, I'm curious real quick. Do you think the betting aspect has anything to do with it? Or is that just a bunch of
Stephen A. on some BS? What are you talking about?
I'm curious. I want to bring that up because I'm like, I never thought of that. I'm like,
did he really say that?
On first take, absolutely.
He need to stop.
He said. See, now here's the thing that bothers me about this, right? And I know y'all, the mama's cooking and all that, right? But listen, when Steve, shout out to Kwame Brown. But in all seriousness, like I feel like him saying the sports betting is taken away from like the real issue of like it's a racial thing. I hate to say it, and people don't want to bring up race in sports, but it's just real. Like it is real. Like you said, Jru, you think these players are like. You go into a zoo, right? You see the lions, tigers and stuff.
Yeah.
And they got that thick glass wall, so you can knock on it, bang on it, do all these funny faces and stuff. Right. At the end of the day, they can't get at you, right? In a sense, metaphorically, that's how the NBA players are, right? They're not really supposed to go into the stands and attack a fan. You saw Russ, he had to get held back by like 4 dudes. He was trying to go up there, right? The dude who dropped the popcorn on him. Like, and these fans feel entitled enough because, I'm paying my ticket. You're supposed to entertain me. I could do whatever, but that's crossing the line. And just as regular human beings, I don't care what race we are. If y'all can't understand that, you just got an issue with yourself. Honestly, something's wrong with you if you got to go to that extent.
Stephen A. needs to be held accountable for that. I can't believe he said that.
He said sports betting is a part of this. He's like, that's what's making people. Nah, man.
I hold him to a higher standard. He say some off the wall stuff, but like in a situation like this, you just said it, he's taken away from the real issue. And this, I've told this to you for a while. Stephen A. gets checked on a lot of stuff I think he wants to say. I think they shut it down before the show even starts because I don't see him going far off topic on this. He know what's up, but I think they tell him to say stuff like that to keep it. Come on, man. It ain't that. I paid $100. They're gonna lose by jump out here and attack. Like, come on. It ain't that
exactly.
Serious. And my thing is that's all them guys. There.
Hey, look, he definitely tried to get ahead on that Brad Stevens coaching issue. You seen him leave the set. He got so mad. He got ahead of that though. But we can say that for later, but that another time. But man, so I think, man, we start to conclude the show here, Jru. Man, we appreciate you getting on, adding your expertise to the game of basketball. Definitely got to have you on some more, my brother. Appreciate you. Everybody that's tuning in, whether you're watching through YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever platform you're using. We appreciate y'all. Next week we got a special show lined up for y'all because my bad. Go ahead, bro. My bad. I'm sorry.
No, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's my fault. A solution to the security issue. Call Carl Winslow from Family Matters. Get him out there. Situation be handled.
Hey, no, we ain't doing this, bro. We ain't doing this, bro. You are not about to bring up that fake cop up on this show. We ain't having it. We already know who the best father is on television, and that is Uncle Phil. Ain't no Carl Winslow. What are you talking about, man? Get out of here.
Go ahead.
Well, hey, on that note,
we're gonna do eating burgers and hot dogs watching fans go crazy. He ain't gonna stop nothing.
Hey, on that note, we gonna end on that note. But what I was about to say, y'all, I was just gonna say, make sure y'all stay tuned in. We got a special show lined up next week. The Savory Show 1-year anniversary is on June 13th. So we gonna have a very special show next week for y'all. Gonna have some guests. Shout out to Jru, a friend of the show, obviously. Yeah. Sterling's boy, been supporting us from the jump. We appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate
you. Y'all just stay tuned. We got a lot of special stuff coming up for y'all. Y'all see the ticker down below. If you're watching YouTube, remember, follow us at The Savory Show. Savory spelled Savery. Find us on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Drop a like, drop a comment. Like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. It's been real, Jru. Appreciate you getting on here, bro.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Take care and congratulations.
We out.
Yeah,
appreciate you, bro. Thank you.